and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, today to this very wonderful day, and it's going to be a bright, clear day right here in Brisbane, and hey, it's slightly on the cooler side, which is good to see, and people are very happy with that as well. Well, ladies and gentlemen, right now today we have for you a news update, and after that we will be going to our daily India report. We'll bring all the functions and events back by tomorrow by updating everything that's already taken place in the weekend. And we know it's been a big, huge weekend. I must though say congratulations to Kannada Sangha for the launching of the Brisbane Kannada Sale, the language school. Well done, and a very good initiative, I must say. Well, right now, let's go to Melbourne, where the Buddhist temple has been engulfed in fire.
We begin this morning with a major fire that has gutted a Buddhist temple in Melbourne's southeast. The fire began just before dusk at Springvale, drawing crowds as flames leaped high into the air.
Around 85 fighters fought the blaze into the night, bringing it under control just before midnight. Let's go straight to Steph Ferrier, who's at the scene. Good morning to you, Steph. What can you tell us?
Good morning, Lisa. Well, this is the devastating result of that fire that ripped through the Bright Moon Temple here in Springvale in Melbourne's southeast just after 8 o'clock. What was once a majestic temple, as you can see, has now been reduced to just a gutted shell. And police and fire crews say that it was lucky that no one was inside at the time. However, they did have to evacuate several adjoining or nearby townhouses as those huge flames leapt high into the air and smoke billowed out everywhere across several suburbs. Now, we do know that this is one of the largest temples in Melbourne, and we saw people from Melbourne's Buddhist community crying just outside the crime scene tape here. And we also know that many residents say that it's just such a distressing sight to see this reduced in this way. This is what they had to say.
I've lived here for over 40 years and we've seen it from the start built, and they put so much love into this building. It's horrible.
Yeah, it's such a shame.
On arrival, the building was fully developed in fire. The building's approximately 150 metres by about 100 metres, 3 to 4 stories high, and the building is severely damaged. The back walls are in danger of collapse, so it's going to be a rather large clean-up job.
And as a result of the intensity of the blaze, it meant that firefighters couldn't actually get inside. They had to use aerial appliances to try to douse these flames. They say it's far too early to determine a cause at the moment. We expect specialist investigators to come out and start sifting through this wreckage at first light.
And what a devastating news, to start the week with of. And our prayers are with that community, the Buddhist community there. Of course, we know they are always such a peaceful community, and that is so bad to see this happen out there. Well, we'll have to wait till the authorities find out about the real cause of the fire. Well, right now let's go to Western Sydney, where they have a problem of a different kind. You won't have gambled on that.
Playing pokie machines in Western Sydney nearly cost Paul his family and then his life.
I'd had enough. I had nothing to my name.
He says an unintentional text message from his young daughter saved him.
I broke down in tears. Quite quickly I was in seeing a psychologist. But that didn't stop me. There was another 12 months of hurt.
A new report by the Centre for Western Sydney has described gambling as Western Sydney's silent epidemic. It found the region sustained 63% of Sydney's gambling losses through pokies, despite only having 52% of its population. 3 local government areas account for a third of the state's losses every day.
When you look at that oversaturation within a place like Fairfield, it's not surprising that when there's a casino on every corner that people are more likely to experience gambling-related drug-related harm.
Independent MP Di Lee, whose federal electorate covers parts of Fairfield, saw her own mother battle with addiction.
If you don't come from this area, you don't actually understand the impact of gambling and therefore the importance of having initiatives such as the cashless card.
Premier Dominic Perrottet has committed to a statewide mandatory cashless gaming card but is yet to release a policy. Labor says it's open to the idea but only as a trial. Lobby group Clubs New South Wales is campaigning against the card.
The current measures that have been put in place are obviously simply not working.
As politicians debate their next move, people like Nathan Peterson are helping those suffering.
Anything that makes that process easier for a compulsive gambler is going to be something that's going to benefit members of the GA community.
A community desperate for change. Rani Hayman, ABC News, Sydney.
As I mentioned, that's problem of a different kind. Well, addiction, because we all know that it's not good. People go in sometimes, there are many people who just once in a while go and play, but once you're addicted to it and you're in there every day, as was reported in the first incident, people have lost everything. Like he said, nothing to his name until that text message from his daughter. Good on the daughter for saving that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, right now it's time to go to our daily India report.
Welcome to the Daily India report that brings you reports, interviews, features and more on India and the Indian diaspora. President of India's ruling political party, the BJP, JP Nadda kicked off the party's election campaign in the northeast state of Tripura with the Vijay Sankalp Yatra.
The Bharatiya Janata Party launched the party's poll campaign in the poll-bound state of Tripura on February 3rd. The BJP called it a Vijay Sankalp Yatra, translated in English to mean Pledge for Victory. The rally began from Amarpur and 2 more rallies followed. Nadda then held a meeting of the top leaders in the state to fine-tune the party's strategy for the upcoming elections. 35 other rallies would be held across the state, led by both the central and the state-level ministers. The BJP is likely to release its election manifesto for Tripura next week. The Saffron Party posted a stunning victory in Tripura in the 2018 Assembly elections, a left bastion with Manik Sarkar, being its chief minister for over 2 decades.
Whether students studying abroad or those who have immigrated to other countries, the Indian diaspora always likes to connect back to their motherland. PIO TV interviewed a few of the diaspora members at the 17th Pravasi Bharatiya Divas held in Indore in January 2023.
Overseas Indians connect to their motherland through various means, and the Indian government values this engagement with the diaspora. To connect physically, India hosts the Pravasi Bharatiya Divas every year. Though for a few years the day was celebrated virtually due to the COVID pandemic, India hosted the 17th Pravasi Bharatiya Divas in January 2023 in Indore, Madhya Pradesh. Pravasi Bharatiya Divas 2023 presented a great opportunity for the Indian diaspora to physically visit the motherland. The Indian government was also eager to interact directly with the diaspora after a long wait. The emotional connection with their motherland brought them back to India, as soon as the opportunity presented itself in the form of Pravasi Bharatiya Divas. The PIO Chamber of Commerce and Industry is a unique and the largest of its kind platform that conjugates the Indian diaspora amongst themselves and with the central and state governments and businesses in India. Vishnu from Guyana interacted with PIO TV on his Connect with the Motherland.
So firstly, let me note that I am very familiar with Pravasi Bharatiya Divas. Long before it was founded, a group of us in New York used to meet with political leaders from India in the United States, and we had encouraged the establishment of the Pravasi Bharatiya Divas, which started in 2003. And I have been here 2003, 2004, 2005, and many Pravasis, PBDs. we continue the traditions inherited from our parents, grandparents, and great-grandparents who came from India.
Against the backdrop of growing US-China problems, India and the US are taking defense manufacturing cooperation to unprecedented heights.
India and US will reportedly heighten defense collaboration in an unprecedented manner. US President Joe Biden's administration has given a first-of-its-kind green signal to GE, a world leader in military jet engines, to manufacture 98 kilonewton thrust GE 414 engines in India. Moreover, the collaboration is with Government of India's Defence Research and Development Organisation, DRDO. Manufacturing will be done by a private defence equipment maker to be identified. The India-specific GE 414IN S6 engine will power the LCA, Light Combat Aircraft Mark II, which will be rolled out by the Aeronautical Development Agency in early 2024 and take to the skies by the end of 2024. The engines will also power the twin-engine Advanced Medium Combat Aircraft that is also under development. India plans to produce more than 6 squadrons, with each squadron having 18 aircraft of Mark II, aircraft for the Indian Air Force, and will also be exporting the fighter to interested countries. The unprecedented technology transfer deal could lay the foundation for future joint design, development, and manufacture of high-powered engines between the two countries. This is an endorsement of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's Atmanirbhar Bharat mission and projects India as a leading civilian as well as military aircraft manufacturers in the world.
Till recently the richest and the biggest Indian business conglomerate, the Adani Group has suffered a loss of approximately $108 billion in market value following allegations of fraud.
Trading in shares of the Adani Group were repeatedly suspended on February 3rd, following a rout triggered by deepening allegations of accounting fraud. Adani Enterprises shares fell 10% at the opening, while Adani Power, Adani Green Energy, and Adani Total Gas, in which French giant Total Energies has a 37.4% stake, and Adani Transmission were also suspended when they hit their trading stops. Trading in Adani Enterprises later resumed, only for them to immediately fall another 5%, triggering another halt. The Adani Group's combined market capitalization has plummeted by more than $100 billion since US short seller Hindenburg Research released an explosive report about the Adani Group around the end of January 2023. Business tycoon Gautam Adani himself has seen his fortune plummet by tens of billions of US dollars, dumping him out of the Real Times Forbes rich list of top 10 and depriving him of his title as Asia's richest person.
With a ban on the purchase of fuel from Russia and a significant demand across America, Asia and Europe, India has now turned into an exporter of aviation gasoline.
Amid an impending Western ban on fuel from Russia, India on January 28 turned from a net importer to an exporter of aviation gasoline that powers unmanned aerial vehicles and piston engine aircraft used by flying schools. India's state-run Indian Oil exported the first consignment of 80 barrels of AV gas to Papua New Guinea from Mumbai's Jawaharlal Nehru port, marking its entry into an estimated $2.7 billion global market. According to Indian Oil, the indigenous production of AV gas 100LL in India will not only help save foreign exchange spent on imports and make training in domestic flying institutes economic for budding pilots. Domestic manufacturing of the fuel will also have military implications by reducing the operating cost of UAVs that are increasingly being deployed as force multipliers. There is a significant demand for the fuel in countries of South America, Asia Pacific, the Middle East, Africa and Europe. Indian Oil aims to tap into this market after addressing domestic demand. It is the only domestic manufacturer of the fuel. Main Khiladi Tu Anadi, the iconic song of the 90s, has been recreated for Akshay Kumar's upcoming film Selfie. Titled Main Khiladi, the song shows the leading stars dancing to the hook step of the original song. Bollywood superstar Akshay Kumar and his co-star Imran Hashmi in their upcoming film Selfies have brought back the hit track Main Khiladi Tu Anari with a twist. The nostalgic foot-tapping remix, now called Main Khiladi, also features Nusrat Bharucha and Dinah Penty, as all of them recreate the iconic hook steps from the popular song from the 1994 film Main Khiladi Tu Anadi, which featured stars Saif Ali Khan and Akshay. The song features Akshay, Imran Hashmi, Nusrat and Dinah in glammed-up avatars. Like a dance-off challenge, the song comes alive with its goofy expressions and smooth moves. It's sung by Udit Narayan and Abhijit Bhattacharya, with the original lyrics by Maya Govind and the music by Anu Malik. Main Khiladi is the latest music recreated by Tanishq Bagchi, who is known for his Bollywood remixes. The film is backed by the late Aruna Bhatia, hero Yash Johar, Supriya Menon, Karan Johar, Prithviraj Sukumaran, Apurva Mehta and Liston Stephen. It is slated to release in theatres on February 24, 2023. After creating hype with the teaser, Love Ranjan released the new song for the film, Tu Jhoothi Main Makkar, titled Tere Pyar Mein. The song shows the love and liveliness between Ranbir and Shraddha Kapoor. Tere Pyar Mein song was released on the internet and airwaves. It shows the sizzling chemistry of Bollywood stars Ranbir and Shraddha on screen in their upcoming film Tu Jhoothi Main Makkar. The song is a treat and oozes freshness and romance. The song is sung by Arijit Singh and Nikita Gandhi, composed by Preetham and penned by Amitabh Bhattacharya. The song shows stylish costumes and picturesque locations of Spain, along with the striking chemistry between Ranbir and Shraddha. With Ranbir and Shraddha's presence, the song looks like a beautiful combination of love and liveness that strikes the right chord with the youth. Tu Jhoothi Main Makkar is produced by Love Films, Love Ranjan and Ankur Garg, and is all set to have a festive release worldwide in cinemas on the Holi Festival on March 8, 2023. That's all for this bulletin of the Daily India Report.
And thank you very much, Simran, for that report. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's about all we have time for you today. From tomorrow, we'll resume our the functions and events taking place in Brisbane, as they all need to be updated. This new one needs to be added on after the weekend's massive functions that took place in and around. Well, right now, it's time to say goodbye until tomorrow. We'll see you back then.